Good morning, everyone. It is April 5th, Monday, 9:02 a.m. Again, thank you for being on the call. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to learn what is going on out there in the world of health insurance. So, without further ado, we're gonna kick off the meeting with our training sessions. And as normal, we have a few training sessions that are going on this morning. But before we begin, I hope everyone had a fantastic Easter Sunday, well rested, got to spend time with family, and here we are on Monday. So thanks for being on the call. So first thing is on today we have only one training on the calendar. That is at 11 o'clock this morning with Devoted. They're doing a coffee and chat session. This is a weekly event here toward the Orlando market, but of course anyone can join and ask questions about Devoted. In fact, we're going to talk later today on this call about a success story that stems from one of these meetings with the health plans. So, we put this calendar together with the health plans to ensure that you're utilizing the people that are behind these health plans to help you reach people and solve problems and make money doing that. So we're going to talk about a success story that came from this particular call and manager. So that's what's going on this morning at 11 at Devoted. No training tomorrow, Tuesday the 6th. Moving on to Wednesday, April 7th at noon, Humana is doing a training called Attract and Retain Members with Go 365. So the 365 program is part of Humana's reward system for the members. Great program to jump on and learn about so you can help people and your clients get those extra benefits. Moving on, Wednesday the 7th at 2 p.m., Simply is hosting a Medicare Savings Program training. So if you are lost, confused, or need a refresher on Medicaid and the Medicare Savings Program, this is an excellent training to be on right at a perfect time because we are going to have SEP training happening with us as well. So we are now in lock-in for Medicare. Unless you have an SEP, last week on the 1st was the first day of lock-in for Medicare. So we are in regular season now, rest of year, and you need to know how to navigate Medicaid because this is going to help you stay busy throughout the year and help people throughout the year so we can continue to learn and earn. So there it is, 2 o'clock on Wednesday. Moving on to Thursday at 11 a.m., Humana is doing an essentials training. This is everything you need to know about Humana at 11. At 11:30 on Thursday, you've got another Devoted coffee and chat session. This one's geared for Jacksonville. However, anyone that is interested in selling Devoted can jump on that call. And then last training for the week on Thursday at 1 o'clock, Care Plus is doing their essentials training and everything you need to know about Care Plus. So that's the training for the week. I'm showing it here on the video. Just keep in mind that this training calendar is available for your laptop, your phone, or iPad, so you know what's going on. And as you can see, the registration links are right there in the training calendar, so you don't have to search and destroy in your emails. Saves you a lot of time if you're interested in jumping into one of these training sessions. Just remember, the more that you learn, the more that you earn. That's how it is. All right, jumping to gearing up for AEP and beyond for 2022. As I mentioned before, AHIP is going to be rolling out in June 23rd, I believe is the date that I heard. So we're going to have that coming up in the next 2 months. So, but we've got to stay busy and we've got to prepare for next year. So we sent out an email last week and prior to the week before about Walmart's, CVS's, Publix, and those types of locations. Please check your email if you are interested in requesting those stores. I believe Jonathan had sent over a list already, so if you've already put in your request, you're good to go on that. Just double back with John to make sure that your requests are done. If you missed that, please get with him ASAP because this week is going to be the last week that we're going to put in requests. Just as a little tidbit here, if you do request a store, that does not guarantee you will get that store. It also doesn't guarantee that we'll get stores at all, but we are preparing and making sure that we're putting our requests in now. Now, with that said, we do have an opportunity with United Healthcare, and so last week, United Healthcare across the board has certain pharmacies that they're going to be working with. I believe it's Walgreens, and pharmacy locations in the past have been excellent lead sources for traffic to get in front of people and help people at the pharmacy. As we're starting to slow down throughout, for this time of year, that doesn't mean your marketing slows down. So your marketing actually has to kick up a lot more than what you were doing in AEP and OEP, just because you need traffic and you need SEPs. So these pharmacies are now being offered by United Healthcare. If you are interested in working a pharmacy, please let us know. Again, I am not going to guarantee locations. They are few and far between on what stores are available because these stores get filled pretty quickly. So it is first come, first serve. If you are interested, shoot one of us an email, Jonathan or Sergio. You can get with them, and they'll be able to see what's out there and connect you with stores for United Healthcare. So please get with them to see what's available. Again, there's no guarantee, but I just want to make sure that you understand that these opportunities are popping up. And we're learning about these opportunities because of the training calendar, because they're showing up at these events and talking to the managers. So it's really important that you engage with your managers, with these folks, because these opportunities are popping up as you're out there and learning. So, all right. So let's talk about SEP because we are now in lock-in. We do have an SEP for ACA right now. They did an extension of the enrollment period. It is now effective for April 1st. So your clients can now apply for the new subsidies in order to get additional subsidies to lower their premiums, deductibles, and copays on the ACA plans. And that has started on April 1st. So let's talk about strategy really quickly. I'm going to share with you guys a couple of stories of success here. And the first one, I talked to an agent last week, and the idea was they were to call all of their clients and check in with their subsidy and reapply for them if necessary. And talking to this agent, they started this campaign where they started calling all of their clients. They re-enrolled 13 people. Which gave them better subsidies, which obviously increased that relationship for their clients. They did 4 brand new sales that day, and they got 5 referrals. In addition to that, they also did some other ancillary products that were coming in as well, and they're working on quotes on that. So just by picking up the phone and helping your clients, obviously it's going to breed success. And so I was really happy to hear that they were taking that to their advantage and say, hey, look, right now the government is allowing us to reapply for your health insurance, and I'm here to possibly even lower the cost of your premium. Let's see if we can get that done. And just that interaction, if anyone called you and said that, like, hey, I'd like to lower your car insurance payment, your current agent calls you and says, hey, I know you've got State Farm, and I think I can lower it even further, and you can keep State Farm, I'm just going to try to lower your premium. Of course you're going to take that call. And how would you feel after that interaction? You would feel like massive value. You would feel like that person actually cared, and then you would refer business to that person. And that's the idea behind it. Obviously we're doing good by our clients, but you also want to add service, and then obviously, referrals is our #1 lead source. So if you're hoping to get phone calls, if your strategy is to just wait by the phone and get referrals, it doesn't work that way. You've got to take action, and the action that you have is having a relationship with your clients. And this is a perfect way to get back on the phone with your ACA clients and let them know that you can further reduce their premium, deductibles, and copays just by redoing their application, which is already in Health Sherpa. Everyone already knows how to use that. It's pretty easy to use. And you just pop it in, open it up, and get it done. So it doesn't take much, and just wanted to share that success story. We are in lock-in for Medicare as of April 1st, So SEPs, you've got to be sharp with your SEPs. Later this week, I'm going to be sending out some SEP guides, as well as hosting an SEP training. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to send you an email and text so you guys can jump on that for the 2021 lock-in season and what we need to know for Medicare to navigate that. So be on the lookout for that. But just make sure that you're attending these trainings, especially when these SEP trainings are popping up, specifically like the one with Simply, talking about Medicaid. This is a really important program to stay busy throughout the rest of the year. It's been part of my success since the very beginning, is learning Medicaid. So make sure that you do that. All right, so I do want to share a great story from an agent. I got an email from Kent, and I hope Kent doesn't mind too much that I'm sharing his success story. And I'm going to read the email, and we're going to dissect this a little bit. So he sent an email that says, "Hello all, today I had an appointment with a referral I got from Ron at Dedicated. She is a power of attorney for her mom, who is bedridden. She was having transportation and home health issues with another carrier. So I had Brenda of Devoted at the meeting with me. It attended a training to address those concerns. We signed her mom up on the Devoted Prime HMO plan because of the $2,000 benefits for dental, good home health care, and a great transportation benefit. While I was doing the enrollment, Brenda found out that the lady also was caring for her sister, who I found out has Medicare and SLMB level of Medicaid. So I put her sister on the Devoted dual plan. Big thank you to Nick Street, Ron, and Brenda. I love my job, Kent." And so, guys, first of all, Kent is an advocate for the community, and he's going out there and he's obviously helping those that need the most help. And this was a complicated case. So, having his relationship with Devoted and Dedicated, which is a physicians group, and first of all, Nick went up to Jacksonville with Kent, got in the car, drove around to these doctors' offices, started building relationships, and because of the relationship that he's got with Dedicated, he's now receiving leads like this. And it takes the relationship. It takes you getting in your car. It takes you going out and talking to these doctors. Now, obviously, if you need help with this, if you don't know where to go, if you need a strategy, that's why we have Nick on the team. He's done a great job in this particular instance where, obviously his visit to Jacksonville resulted in 2 sales for Kent, and even more because of the relationship success that's going to come down the pipe. But, first of all, I wanted to point out, that's part of the relationship. The other part of it is, he's been in contact with the manager at Devoted. And so going to trainings, having meetings with these managers, and being engaged with the health plans resulted in Kent getting an enrollment because of his understanding of the plan and because he was able to work that out with the health plan directly on the plan level with the people that are there. So because of his service, going out to the home and obviously doing that above and beyond for this person, that's a little bit more complex because now you've got, the daughter that's taking care of the mom who's bedridden. This is difficult. You've got power of attorney, which is always a little sticky, and then now you have, a third person there with Medicaid. So you gotta be able to, be swift and flexible and understanding and not afraid to ask for help. And you see in this email, Kent went to his resources, right? He went to his resources. His resources was the health plan. His resources was the doctor, and then obviously with Nick in the middle there as well. So, congratulations to Kent. Great job on this as well, and really proud of our team. And thank you for sharing that, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. He was able to help 2 people. He was able to help the doctor get 2 new members, and he was able to get paid on 2 applications. And it looks like probably one of them at least is new to Medicare. So, congratulations. Don't forget us little guys. So, great story, Kent. Really appreciate you sharing that with us and the team. And then the last thing I have on my agenda today really is talking about value. And I found a video this morning. It's a 5-minute sales video from a gentleman called Jeff Shore, and he teaches sales and training. And I really liked his perception of value, and he's going to talk about really listening to the customer, because a lot of the times I know that the health plans come down on you guys and they say, hey, we've got $2,000 in dental and we've got this and we've got that, and all these benefits are great, and maybe you get hyped up on all these benefits and they're really awesome and they're nice, but you really got to listen to what the customer's asking for, because even though you got $2,000 in dental, maybe they're not interested in dental. Maybe they already have dentures and they're happy with their teeth. You really got to listen to it, and this video kind of talks about making sure that you're understanding what the value is for your customer. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video, and I hope you guys enjoy.
All right, here's what air travel should be. And here is what air travel is. All right, so I fly a lot, right? In fact, I have got status on 3 different airlines. I'm not proud of that fact. It's such a glamorous life, travel, what with weather delays and flights being canceled and screaming babies, not to mention the delicious airport food.
We have a turkey sandwich, a chicken quesadilla, and a cold fish head.
Now, recently I flew from Sacramento, California to Seattle, Washington. And I got to the airport late in the day, and there weren't a lot of people around, so I figured there were seats available in first class. I went up to the counter and I asked the question, is first class full? And if not, what's the price to upgrade on this flight? And the gate agent politely did her little thing. She entered the information into the computer, and she looked up and she said, first class, it's a $52 upgrade. What? $52? $52 to upgrade to first class. Let me ask you, would you pay that? Would you pay $52 to upgrade to first class? And to my mind, in a heartbeat. My Uncle Ed wouldn't. No, my Uncle Ed would say, the back of the plane gets there at the same time as the front of the plane. Yes, but the front is more comfortable. We're not nearly as boxed in. Maybe we get a little bit of breathing room, maybe a refreshing adult beverage at the end of the day. For $52, is it worth it to you? Now look, I get it. It's not worth it to everyone. But this is the way it works. We make value equations in our minds, and we do it all the time. As consumers, this is what we do. We are constantly making these value equations, and we're asking the question, not is it worth it? That's not the question. The question is it worth it to me? This leads me to a very important point. Pay attention, please. Value is a buyer word, not a seller word. Value is a buyer word. The buyer owns that word, and if it's not valuable to the buyer, it ain't valuable. What is valuable to you may not be valuable to me. Now, look, that all sounds obvious, right? You know, I've heard this all before, but here's the problem. Oftentimes we have salespeople that spend too much time sharing what they think is valuable. I was once at a car dealership, and I had a salesperson who had just come from some sort of training class where he was learning all about the limited slip differential in this car. And I want to tell you, he rambled on and on and on until I wanted to stab somebody in the eyeballs, either him or me, whatever. Can I make a suggestion to you? Stop inflicting the customer with your version of value. Find out what's valuable to them. Now, how do you avoid sharing value that's not value? Ask. Ask your customer. The more you understand about their values, the more likely it is that you will be of service to them. Now, there are 2 ways you can ask this question. One is to ask, what is most important to you going forward? I'm looking and saying, what's on your must-have list? What does this look like when the problem is solved? That's important. But the other question, and this is the one that usually gets missed, where are you coming from? What's not working now? What is uncomfortable in your life? If I can figure out what they're coming from and why that's pain, and if I can figure out what they're moving to and why they find that joy, that's when I understand their sense of value. The last car that I bought, you know what the number one thing that I had in that car that I didn't have in my previous car? Phone call clarity. I know that sounds silly, but the old car, when I was making a call, it sounded like I was calling somebody from the bottom of a canyon in Tibet somewhere. But now when I make the call, it's as clear as a bell. Phone call clarity? Yes, it's important to me. I make a lot of phone calls from the car because that's my sense of value. But if you don't understand that, it'll be very difficult for you to sell me, Jeff Shore, a car. Look, it's okay to find your product valuable. It's not okay to inflict your sense of value on the customer. Don't do it. Please don't do it. And why? Because value is a buyer word, not a seller word. Thanks as always for watching the 5-Minute Sales Training. Until next time, learn more to earn more.
Well, there you go, guys. So he's talking about value, and that's just what we were talking about as before. You know, you have all these great benefits from all these companies, but we can't forget doing that needs analysis. You know, sitting with the customer and really listening to what value they're looking for. What is it that they're looking for? Obviously, if you're in front of them or they're talking to you, they have a problem, so you got to fix that problem. But what in their mind is value? And so you got to ask those questions. What do you have now? What do you really like about your plan? What would you adjust or change about that plan? Are you the decision maker? And, you know, going back to that email with Kent, a lot of the times we skip over that part. But the person, if Kent had run into the mom, you know, the daughter had power of attorney. So, you know, that person was not the decision maker. It was the daughter. So you got to pay attention to that part and then coming up with that solution. So, you know, the takeaway from today is, although you've got all these great benefits from all these great plans, really listen to the customer, really listen to your client, and understand what value that they have. And it may not be what you think it is, so just pay attention to that. And so, you know, that video was a big value for me, listening to that. So I hope it brought value to you. So with that, that's the end of what I've got on my agenda today. I'm going to open it up. If anyone has any calls, I'll be glad to answer them. Questions this morning? Okay, if there's no questions, I'll go ahead and let you guys add it. Please know that it's a brand new month, a brand new week, and a brand new day. So I really hope that you take advantage of it. I hope everyone has a fantastic week. And please let us know if there's any way we can help. Have a great day.